We're live? Is camera going?
Yep, camera's going around.
Let me set the timer so we can know exactly.
Don't hit on the table too much.
Sorry. What's up, guys? Sunday Sit Down episode 5.
We're back.
Quick housekeeping stuff too. I guess we'll start with this. Like, subscribe, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, leave some comments, share your story, tell your friends. Today's episode is also sponsored by, but not really, disclaimer, no legal advice. 3Ds.
3Ds.
Three-dimensional energy drinks. And I got a Gatorade Zero too.
It's not 2D.
Not 2D, not 1D, 3D.
Today's episode was going to be outside, but I noticed I am too dark for the elements. So I went out there. There's like no lighting out there. I mean, there is lighting.
You got a beanie on too.
No, because if you think about it, like, okay, if you're a dark guy, you know there's different angles. You know, you got golden hour, you got the light skin angle. There's no angles out there. It's like the sun's coming in from the back, so you look even darker.
It's nice weather though.
I mean, it is nice weather, but I didn't want to look like an unlocked character on freaking Mortal Kombat. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna go inside today, and I'm gonna turn on every single light. So the light bill hopefully doesn't get raised too much.
Damn, you really did turn on every light.
Yeah, man, I'm too dark for this stuff.
This shit bright in here.
Bright. All right.
Let me show the microphones in place. Okay, cool. What are our topics for today? What we're gonna be talking about?
Okay, so today we'll be talking about ego, the benefits of not lifting with the ego. We'll be talking about, I got a question about how to basically maintain like good practices, like how, as a coach, how you're able to basically stay on top of your clients and stay on top of your own training.
That's a good question.
That's another question.
Who asked that?
My friend Guido, shout out to Guido in Miami. He's a coach in Miami. He asked that question. And another thing we're going to talk about is, the importance of a routine.
Hell yeah.
So how good it is to have a routine and how good it is to stick to your routine, whether it's lifting, life, or just anything you're doing.
Also, another housekeeping thing. We will keep banging on the table. Sorry. We will be having a few different guests coming on in the coming weeks. We're not going to tell you who they are, but we have a long line of potential suspects. Not suspects. That's a bad word. Prospects.
Prospects is a better word.
Yeah. I don't know if I said suspects.
I don't know.
But we have some prospects coming on too. We're excited for them. So if you have anybody you guys recommend too, also drop in the YouTube channel. Let us know in the comments who you guys want to see.
Some very interesting people. Looking forward to it.
I guess we'll start with your voice question first.
Okay.
Or you want to do ego first?
Actually, no. We'll start with my voice. But I'm actually going to read the actual question he sent me.
Make it a little
So, like, make it clear out. So the actual question, word for word, as a fellow trainer, it definitely gets hard for me working 10 to 12 hours a day with clients. I want to know how you guys balance training your clients and keeping up with your own training.
That's a good ass question. Well, I guess I'll start this off, right?
Yeah, you'll start this off.
All right, cool. So I guess first off, 10 to 12 hours is a lot of time to work with clients too.
Yep.
That's definitely a long time. So I guess you got to plan ahead. So I guess one, it depends. Does he train in the same gym he trains clients?
Yes.
Oh, that's tough too.
I'm pretty sure he does, yes.
Think so? Kind of some people, like, if they go to work or they like train like their personal trainer, say like one commercial gym, they can go somewhere else to do their own training too.
Mm-hmm.
That way it's kind of easier to separate too. I think that's tough. I got to think too. I know I have a few clients that have like personal training clients that have the powerlifting programming too.
Yeah.
I guess you have to be able to like dissociate between two. So like say like if you work your normal 10-hour shift, if you're about to go to your own training too, sometimes you can take like a mental break and get like really focused going into. I know some people like me personally, like if I have my morning sessions from like say 6 a.m. to like 12 p.m. If I finish all those people, I'll eat and I'll like mentally leave. Like I'll go to my car, sit in the car, put some music on, like mentally like dissociate, put some music on, and then just like refocus too. Because you kind of have to go from like coach mode to actual like training for yourself mode too. That's a big shift, especially like if you have like, I guess you get like too caught up. Like if you're working in the same place that you train, you're always like in like kind of coach mode too, you know. So I guess you have to like mentally like, dissociate. That's kind of hard to do, but like I don't know, me personally, like I'll just come in, put my headphones on, I won't look at anybody, I won't talk to anybody, and I'll just totally get in my element.
You kind of a little dickhead, but
yeah. Oh shit, dude.
Mother.
I hope they picked up that. I guess you good?
I'm good.
So I guess it comes down to basically you need well, this will lead to the next topic routine too, but you need like a mental plan of what you're gonna do too, you know? It kind of all starts there before too. So say like, you know, hey, like I'm gonna work 12 hours a day too. I guess it'll come down to mentally like, hey, if I work from 6 to whatever 10 hours is from 6, and then I mentally, all right, so here's time to work, here's time to live.
6 to 4, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Can't do numbers.
Yeah.
But you need mentally, here's time to work, here's my break time, and then here's time to live too. So I guess if you have a plan, that kind of help a little bit too. And that'll come like down to like, hey, like I'm gonna meal prep, make sure everything's in order, you know? Kind of just, it's definitely tough. I wouldn't say like, don't be a dick to people, like when you get in your zone. No, don't be a dick, but you need to kind of just be very like mindful of why you're there, you know?
I mean, personally, so with my situation, I didn't have the situation where I trained 10 people from 10 to 12.
But
I trained people from 10 to 12, but I did have the situation to where I was a college athlete, to where we had like 6 a.m. running, and then I had class from 8 to noon, lift from 12:05 to like 1:30, and then practice from 2 to 7.
Yeah.
And then still having to do homework on top of that, still having to make sure you have everything done. So in that aspect, I feel like the biggest thing you need to focus on is it starts back at home. I mean, you got to get good night's rest, because it's really hard, especially when you're giving a lot of energy to everybody else. Where you're training people, a lot of energy into programming, a lot of energy and thought into basically making sure people are in the right form, making sure people don't get hurt. Because a lot of stuff goes into being a trainer. I mean, you're not just writing people a program, you're basically taking like these people basically trust you, so you have to make sure they're not getting hurt, make sure you're doing everything right, making sure they don't look stupid.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, you have to be able to switch and do the same thing for yourself. So it just comes down to just having that concrete, basically, as we said, we're going to talk about later, routine, and making sure you get a good night's sleep when you wake up, get your mind ready for the day. Because if you just wake up and go through the motions, you just wake up and just show up at the gym and assume everything's going to go right, it's not. I mean, you have to have some sort of a plan. You have to be some way mentally and physically ready in order to go throughout your day, or it's going to be a drag. I mean, the whole time you're going to be wondering when you're going to be able to go home. You're basically going to be training just to get over with, and that's not any way to be a coach or to be a trainer.
Yeah. I think training people, like, I'm not gonna say it's one of the most difficult jobs in the world. I'm gonna say mentally, it definitely takes a toll too. Like, you know,
Huge toll.
like I love training people. I love helping people too. But I feel like us, because we're so like emotionally invested in our people, it kind of like mentally it takes a toll, because you're always so focused on, like, even when you're not coaching with them, you're like, hey, like, how's the progress going? How's their home? How's their nutrition? How's the recovery? You're always going 100 miles per hour too.
It takes a toll to be a good coach.
Especially too. Especially like, I would say like I think, even though I don't see them in person, I think like the online programming stuff, that takes the biggest toll too, because I'm always mentally like focused on like what people are doing, you know?
And you're not there with them, so it's like you can't physically help make changes. You just get a text message or you get an email that, hey, this hurt today. And you're like, okay, well, send me videos. It's like, it's super hard in order to tell what their environment is through a video or through a text message versus being there. Yeah, because we work together. I mean, it's so easy for us because we see each other every day. It's like you get to see me do something wrong and you fix something on the spot. With them, it's like they do their set, and the next thing you know, they send you a video and it's like their set looks like booty.
Like, what's the fuck?
Like, what is this? And then you don't know if they're sending you right after they finish that set. Maybe they're already back at home and they're just sending you what they have, so it's like you can't fix it.
So like 2 days later too, you know? Yeah.
So it's like there's a lot of things that go into it. So we're getting a little bit off track, but basically,
not at all. I'm still on track.
No, it's still on track. But basically, just like, dude, just make sure you just relax, have a plan, and execute your plan. I mean, it's easier said than done, but that's just the best way to put it.
Does your boy do like this? Is he just in person, or does he do like online stuff too?
From what I know, he does a lot of in-person stuff.
Yeah.
Majority in-person. I know he does have some online people that he trains.
Yeah.
But it's not as much as in-person. Cause he trains in Miami. So in Miami, it's like most of the people that he have, they show up.
Yeah.
So it's like he'll train in person, and then he just waits and trains by himself like around midnight, like at night. Like most of the time,
that's late.
Most of the time he sends me Snapchats of something him lifting. It's usually either super early in the morning or super late at night.
Is he let me ask. All right, so what is he? You know the gym he works for? Like, is it like a commercial one where they kind of like give him the schedule, or does he make his own schedule?
It's somewhat like the Pit.
So he makes his own schedule.
Yeah, he makes his own schedule. Like, so he has a set amount. So he's basically does the same thing you do.
Yeah.
So it's like it's literally the same thing. It's a warehouse gym.
Yeah.
That's in Miami. He shows up. He has his clients, and then he basically plans it out and does his thing.
Yeah. So let me ask you. I guess I'll ask the camera. Ask you too. So if you can plan your schedule, why can't? I guess if you're having 10, 12 hour days, can you break it up too? Like, could I do? What time does he go in the morning? Do you know?
I don't know. But also, as like I know in his situation, there's a lot of people where it has to fit their convenience.
That's true.
So it's like there is some situations where you can schedule a different time, but when you have a certain amount of clients and they're like, oh, I go and train at 9, and someone else says, well, I can train at 11.
Yeah, that's
it's like you can't really be like, oh, well, I'm not gonna be there at 11 because then you're missing out on money.
Well, let's say this. Let's say like, here's the options too. Like like, if what kind of training does he do? Does he do like bodybuilding, powerlifting?
It's literally
Just lifting.
it's a mix, just basically lifting, general fitness. He has some athletes. He's a basketball player, so he does like for basketball players. He has general fitness, like people trying to get 6 packs or like he does everything basically. Anyone that comes to him.
Well, I'm asking more like his personal training too.
Mm-hmm.
Like alright, so like let's say like he doesn't do powerlifting training too.
Yeah.
So let's say like his training time maybe from like 60 minutes to 90 minutes. So it's not as long as ours, you know?
Yeah.
I think I would talk to your clients to see if you can space out their training a little bit, but hey, like, you know, I know you normally come in at like 10 a.m. Can you come 11 and then just have like that hour window for you, get it done early in the day, and then if you need to break it up, like, all right, you know what, my last client's at 7 p.m. Let me do my last 30 minutes too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you talk to your clients, they usually are pretty like, because if they can come in the morning, they usually are able to bump it around like 30 minutes to an hour, so you know, like some of them can't, but a lot of them are like, hey, you know what, you're right, let me see if I come back a little bit later. If you can just try to like move them around and fit in like 45 minutes for you, either one time and then later in the day, or just one time at all, I think that'll help too, you know?
Yeah.
Most are pretty flexible, they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and one thing is, especially as a coach and being an athlete, you have to know that you have to prioritize yourself. Like, we love our clients, we love programming for our clients, giving them work, seeing them succeed.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you have to prioritize yourself, prioritize what you're doing, and make sure that you're getting the best workout you can be if you want to be a tip-top athlete.
That's true.
Now, there is different ways in order for you to go about that without being a dick.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to text somebody, oh no, this is my time, like I'm not doing. But there's different ways to go about that to where people will understand.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like I had this time set out for me. You know, I usually do this. How about this? I'll help you out this time, and I'll give you like a little extra like core burner or something like that. Or what I like to do with my clients is I have finishers for them. So I might give them like a little quote unquote bribe, or say, okay, listen, how about this? Today you don't have a finisher if you do this.
Yeah.
So it's like just find a different way. You make it into a game, man. I mean, you have to embrace the process, because I understand being a young trainer and trying to get your bag, and you have to, you know, you have certain clients and you're trying to basically accommodate and make everything work for everybody because you're just getting started off. You know, people, they trust you and everything, but at some point you're gonna drag yourself into the dirt, and that's not good for anybody. I mean, you have to be able to be at the top of your game as well as have your mind in different places at the same time.
That's a good point.
It's basically goes back to our point saying be where your feet are at the moment.
Yeah.
Be exactly where your feet are.
Monotasking?
Yeah, monotasking.
Monotasking, alright. Cool.
So when you go into the day, don't think, damn, I have to train this many people, I have to do this many hours, and I have to do my training. No, you show up, you do what you do, you train your people, make sure you're doing what you're doing right, and then after you finish that, now it's your training time.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what happened with your clients, whatever, they're gone. It's you in the gym, you in the iron, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's true. I also think like, hey, like I guess it depends on the person. I don't know his like financial, I don't know how it's set up too. But if you're realistically working 10 to 12 hours a day, it's safe to say that you're doing pretty well, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, he works his ass off for his clients.
Yeah. And I'm not saying don't, I'm saying like if you have that, so let's say each client is an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got about at least like 10 to 12 people per day on average, right? Which is probably doing pretty well most days a week. I would at least talk to him about, hey, like, listen, I love you guys, I know we've been training a while, I know whatever, but from this time to this time, I can't do this, so let me move you around. And it only has to be like an hour, maybe like 45 minutes at most, you know?
Yeah, take a fucking lunch break.
Yeah, but well, you gotta eat first, so I'm assuming like he's not working 12 hours straight, you know?
Yeah,
So like, hey, listen, I'm gonna fit this time in here, this time is off limits, but you guys have the rest of the day. That's where your training will be, like sometime in the morning, afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, look, I got 45 minutes to an hour. This is my time, and you guys can reschedule too. And it's safe to say, like, if you have that many clients, they all love you. They're not gonna be like, all right, you know what, fuck this guy, you know, I'm gonna go somewhere else. They're gonna be like, you know what, you're right. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I want you to be priority too, and they'll move their schedule around you too. Granted, you know what I'm saying?
And make sure you plan that free time around the time that you usually have the most energy.
Yeah.
Because
morning, afternoon.
And me personally, I'm a midday lifter. Like I wake up. I mean, if you have a meet, you can't really plan it. But I'm like a midday preferable lifter. I wake up, have my breakfast, have time to sit around, take a shit,
Yeah.
and then go do my lift.
Yeah.
Some people are morning people, some people are night people. So whatever you are, that's where you plan your hour or two,
Yeah.
and then you start your day after that. I mean, if you're a morning person, that's great because then you can wake up,
But, like-
get your lift out the way, and then do your clients.
Because I'm gonna go on a limb here and say nobody's best workout time is 12 a.m. at night. I'm gonna go and say that, you know.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
like
I mean,
9 or 10.
There might be 1 out of 45 people.
Yeah. So I think it's safe for you to go ahead and talk to clients and move things around for yourself. Because I mean, I think he's thinking like the worst is gonna happen. They're all gonna be like, you know what, I quit, you know, and that's not gonna happen. Worst case scenario, you maybe lose one person that can't do the time.
And my thing is, if they
Yeah.
quit, fuck them. And if they quit, fuck them. I mean, if they're not there for you, no,
Yeah.
that's how I'm gonna put it. Because if they don't want
It has, to,
themselves,
it has to be mutual. They have to respect
yeah,
you.
mutual respect. It's I respect you, you respect me. If you want to get better, I'm not gonna be in my tip-top shape unless I get this in, unless I
Yeah.
feel 100%. Like, I can't train you the best I can.
Even like mentally too. Like
Yeah.
if your training starts sucking, you're gonna start sucking. You know. Like,
Yeah, so
fuck,
it's like, listen, I'm trying to give myself the time to get my shit out the way, so I can give you 100%
Yeah.
and not have my mind somewhere else. If you want to leave, fuck them, leave.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Well-
They leave, you get no one back in. I'm not. Listen, I'm very blunt. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Don't say that to the clients. They'll be like, fuck 'em.
no, don't be like fuck them.
Like, sorry for your loss, man.
But listen, you put all your time. If you're really training people 10 to 12 hours a day,
You must be doing a pretty good
you're
job.
putting all your fucking
Yeah.
time and all your your mind into their training, and
Yeah.
if they can't respect that 1 or 2 hours you need for yourself,
Yeah.
then fuck them. They're selfish. I mean, if they can't do that, then just kick them to the curb. I mean, don't kick them to the curb, but tell them like, listen, I respect where you're coming from, but I'm not gonna change my mind. If you want to go to someone else, I can recommend you to multiple people.
Yeah.
There's multiple ways to say fuck you in a very nice
Or-
way to where you have a good reputation.
Or here we can do this too. So say because he makes his own hours, you know. He makes his own hours too. So if he's training around 12 a.m., let's say this. Let's say you push your clients back early in the morning. So instead of training late, let's say like, hey, like, I don't know what time he wakes up, but you wake up early. Let's say like you wake up like 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, you have your breakfast. Instead of starting your day like at 8 o'clock, why don't you push all the clients back a little bit of the day from like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., like start the day early,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can get a break in between, and then go home instead of working out like 12 a.m.
Mhm.
Go home a little bit earlier, and then you go to sleep earlier. You know.
Yeah.
So instead of pushing your clients all the way back, you push them early in the morning. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Yeah. Like start the day early, and then you can get in halfway, have a little break, and then you can go home early too and get some sleep. You know, and then you plan for the next day. Because if you go home at 12 a.m., you're gonna be fucking tired. You're gonna be sick, and then you're gonna wake up, have a shitty day,
Yeah.
shitty start of the day. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Dude, I can't train that late.
No, I can't do that.
I can go. I think the latest I can go and have a good session is starting around like 4 or 5 p.m. But after that, like I'm done.
Yeah.
Mentally.
And I mean, I challenge you to
Challenge them. What do you guys think?
like on a Sunday, like let's say your week starts on Monday, like Sunday night or Sunday afternoon, plan out every
Plan.
single hour of your day, and be like, okay, like plan out, make sure you know your plan so you don't have to think about it, and be like, okay, I'm scheduling these people from here to here. I'm gonna work out from here to here. I'm gonna eat from here to here, and then I'm gonna go to sleep by this time. Get my 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and do it again the next day.
Yeah.
Because if you go into the week with no plan, you're not gonna go anywhere. I can tell you right now, if you go into the week with no plan, and you say, I'm gonna wing it,
Yeah.
you're gonna be pissed off by Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just how it is. And if you don't have a plan, it's like you're not gonna go anywhere. And then you're gonna wonder why your training sucks. You're gonna wonder why your clients feel miserable because you're being a dickhead.
Because your energy's low.
Yeah,
too.
your
It's
energy.
like, fuck.
If you don't have the energy, your
It's-
day's gonna go.
You're kind of like an actor, bro. Like when you're like training people, like even like if you're like a happy guy, like even if you're like I mean you're naturally like happier guys, you know, like I'm excited to see my clients, whatever.
Dude, I twerk every 3 minutes just for fun. Megan Thee Stallion, that's my main bitch. I don't care.
Yeah, but you're never like. Some days you're not gonna be happy, you know,
Mhm.
and you kind of have to like let go early and get to the door. You have to like put that like fake happy smile on, you know. Like when I'm about to have a client, like I walk in the door at the gym, I'm tired, I'm whatever. As soon as they walk in, I just like flip it, you know.
You know the funny thing about that?
What?
So I work at 5:30 in the morning. So
Yeah.
my clients at 5:30 know me so well because they walk in the door. Listen, I give you a head nod. They know, like literally, you can ask any of my clients at 5:30. They say, give Coach Brandon his 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm gonna pull in with my coffee. I'm gonna get my clipboard ready. I'm I'm gonna log into the computer. I'm gonna get your schedule out and everything. Give me my 10 minutes, and I will get mentally focused. And I think those 10 minutes to myself just to think.
Yeah.
I take the drive, take those 10 minutes just to think, whatever. You go warm up. But by the time they're done warming up, boom, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So if you need to express that with your clients, if you do work early in the morning, you be like, listen, like you'll warm up, like listen, I might not look that happy,
Yeah.
but give me my
I'm
5
super
minutes.
happy. I'm ready
Give
to
me
go.
my 5 minutes, go do your warm up, I'll be right with you.
That's a good
Get
thing
your
too.
shit set, get happy.
So tips. Alright, so fuck, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so first I think in between client, unless he's like having them like scheduled back to back, which you might, like from like 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. 2 p.m. there, I would say space it out a little bit, but hey, client 1, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Client 2, 7:15 to 8 or 8:15, you know? Give yourself like 5-10 minutes to get mentally ready.
Yeah.
And even if they come like right after you, but hey, you know what? Give me a second, just like you said, hop on the treadmill. Like I have all my clients do some kind of like cardiovascular warm up too. So hey, hop on the treadmill, your 5-10 minutes. You get ready, I get ready, and then as soon as that's over, boom, straight into it too.
Yep.
Also, for dissociating too, let's go into that. So I know for online programming, like I always have somebody texting me, like asking me some questions too.
Yeah.
And I don't even have many clients, you know, I got like 4 or 5, but I always got some kind of question any given night. I got clients sitting stuff first thing in the morning, midday, afternoon, asking questions, calling. And I have nothing wrong with that. I love it. Like they're always like there, but you have to like you're always like you have to be like present for everybody too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would do, what I tell my clients, unless you like absolutely need me, don't call me. Like don't like you can text me, but like if you really need me, like just give me a call. That's most
Yeah.
time. But like if I'm on a zone in training, I put my AirPods on, some pre-workout, I sit in the car 10-15 minutes, wait for it to start to hit, get my good song on, get my little baby, get my little gun on, you know.
That's all you listen to.
And that's all I need. It's good. That's all. You know what? Hold on a second. I'm gonna lap that shit right there because that's gonna be my YouTube clip. But get your music on, get focused, and hey, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not getting any text. I'm not getting anything. And then worst case scenario, someone's like absolutely dying, needs a question, they give me a call. You know.
Yeah.
But that way, like, hey, you gotta be able, like, you have to be mentally tough enough to zone in. Like, hey, I got an hour here. I'm gonna train. I'm not gonna talk to anybody. I'll say my heys, what's up, guys? Fist bump. And then I'm going straight to work. You know.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. And it sounds easier said than done too. But you have to mentally go on that plan too. Because like, I know, like, if I have my clients, like, I usually have them like 6:30, have a break, I'll eat, have another one too. And then after that, I'm already a little bit tired. Like, I'm already, you know what? Now I gotta train. Go out, totally dissociate, walk back in the gym. I work at the same gym that I train at, so I walk back in the gym, switch characters. I go from coach to normal gym goer, you know?
Bro, this guy looks like a weirdo in his car. Like if you put I pull up, so I pull up to the
So
pit.
then, let's
I
go.
literally pull up to the pit like probably
Let's
right
go.
after he finishes like his last clients, whatever. And I drive by his car, and he has this. I don't know why he has his sunglasses on for some reason. So sunglasses. It could be 10 o'clock at night. Sunglasses on, little baby just blasting, and he's just sitting there dead silent, just staring at a wall. I'm like, okay, what? So I don't really talk to him. And then he walks in and he has a smile on his face. He does his thing.
Yeah.
But I swear he looks like a creep. If you walk past him,
Oh, like,
and
oh, yeah, I do.
if you don't know what he's doing and you walk past a big guy like this with sunglasses on, just sitting in the freaking car,
Yeah.
just in an empty parking lot, you're like, what is wrong with this
Dude,
dude?
because sometimes too, like I know, like it'll be in the morning, and it'll be cold too. So I have my black hoodie on, I have my hood on, you know. And I'm just like, I'm zoned in,
You look like an evil. You look like
and like, dude, like everybody's like looking at me like, who the fuck is this guy? Call the cops, you know. But sometimes too, like I'll mentally like, not only mentally dissociate, but I'll get in my car, I'll drive down the street to the gas station, you know, maybe just get some gas, get like a water, and then come back, and then that'll help me like mentally switch, you know. I go, coach, all right, now go to the gym, you know.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of weird when you say it, but like,
I mean, everyone has their own thing.
physically leaving, coming back, I can just switch characters away, you know?
Yeah.
If I'm going from like my morning music, my gym music, is something like a little bit more peaceful. It's like Don Tolliver, Weekend, something like peaceful, you know? St. John, I hope I said that right. But I put that St. John on, or whatever I put on, I'm zoned in, I'm peaceful, I'm relaxing, about to go train with clients, have a good day. Next thing to leave, little baby. That's you know what it is? The kid. I get a lot of that too, that's just so funny.
gosh, bro.
But that's what works for me. So I think you need to reevaluate yourself, look in the mirror, kind of like put your goals in the forefront. Like, hey, I need to do this. Here's what I need to do to change it. You need to have a concrete plan and
Communicate.
Yeah, scheduling good too. I just got a planner. Like most of the time too, like when I wasn't as busy, I would just have it all mentally in my head, and that would kind of stress me out because I was like, oh, what am I forgetting, you know? But I mentally started writing everything down from online programming to clients to working out. I think it'll help too. But on that topic of planner, let's go to the importance of routine.
Actually, one more thing. Just to end this off, I think the biggest thing I have for you is just communicate.
Yeah. Be honest.
Be honest with your clients. Talk to them straight up. Don't just tell them that you can't train them at a certain time. Just communicate. Give them your timestamps. Plan it out.
Yeah.
And boom.
And also, I would say, I guess we're not leaving the topic yet too.
No,
So,
I was gonna leave the topic after that.
but I had something else I'm gonna add too.
Okay, you.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay. We'll end the topic after this.
Okay, dude. All right. All right.
Add it.
What I would rather do, I guess, like I said, it depends on the person. I'd rather end up losing a few clients and making sure I'm giving the clients I do have 110% attention, focus, effort, than just trying to keep as many as you can and then losing like your motivation to train them too. Does that make sense? Like like if I was you, say you have like 10 to 12 people a day, if I had to do that on 8 a day and make sure like I was really serving those to the best of my ability plus myself, so I could get my training in and make sure everybody else is good. I'd rather do that than training late at night, putting yourself second, feeling like shit, and then giving your even more clients 10, 12, 15, like half effort, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I mean, putting yourself first is also going to help them too, you know?
Yeah.
Because I put myself first, I'm happy, I feel good, I'm healthy, and then they're all getting that return too. Because you can always tell, like, if a trainer's coach, whatever, is in a bad mood, you know?
Oh no, 100%. That's the easiest thing to tell.
Because they're personally invested in you, you know?
Yeah.
So like your mood, whether you think so or not, is going to directly affect them. Because they're tied into you, you know?
Amen.
They can sense your energy, sense how you're feeling. So if you start feeling shit, you start like kind of dragging, they're going to feel that, and then it's not going to be good for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, alright. And I guess we're on to the whatever you're going to say next.
Yeah, we're on to the next topic.
Next topic. Boom.
Okay.
3D. Damn, this shit's good.
So our next topic, are we going to go into the importance of routine or we're going to go into ego?
Well, I think the routine goes hand in hand with what we're talking about.
Okay, so yeah, we'll continue with that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start this off for my powerlifters out there.
Hell yeah.
If you watch any successful powerlifter,
Or bodybuilder, I guess.
I mean, if we're just talking just lifting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to like what I relate to. So if you're watching, I mean, anybody like Russell, watching Jamal Brown, watching anybody in the meet, they do the same exact thing before each and every lift. They have a squat routine, they have a bench routine, they have a deadlift routine.
And a warm-up too.
Yeah, not saying that you have to walk up for your squat, do a backflip, friggin' do whatever you gotta do. I mean, there's people like John Hack for deadlifts, just walk to the bar and yanks that shit.
I mean, it works.
I mean, that's his thing. He does that every single time. Like, if he has 800 pounds on there, or if he has 400 pounds on there, he's not gonna walk up, take a slow, deep breath, make sure he does his yin and yang. No, he's gonna get up and do whatever he does every single time.
Yeah.
So what I see with a lot of like, especially with sumo, like sumo deadlifters, sumo's a very technical lift. It's like one thing's off, you're not gonna get the lift. So it's like you need your checklist, you need your routine. Like, so I'll go through my routine with you guys personally. So personally, if you guys see my videos, I like do the big inhale, breath, whatever.
Yeah, this has been me and
Arms out, whatever. Typical powerlifter.
But sumo guy.
That's my thing. I do that. I get my thumbs preset hook grip, and then as I'm going, I have a checklist. As I'm going down, knees out, make sure my adductors are working, squeeze the glutes. This is shit I'm thinking about though.
Yeah.
Like whether I'm warming up in the back room, I do this for 135, I do this for 225, and I do this for 700. It's like make sure you're going slow, lock in, and then it's like I have that routine every single time. And where people get in trouble is that they change up their routine once they get to heavier weights.
Yeah.
Let's say like first and second attempt, you have your routine, and third attempt, they're like, oh shit, it's gonna be a PR, so they take more time, or they think too much, and they forget the routine, they forget their checklist, and then it's one little small little misgroove.
Yeah.
So it's like just have a routine, and that goes with lifting. Like when you're warming up, make sure while I'm warming up, I have my cat cows, I have my hip circles, I do all my stuff, and just keep a routine because it gives your mind that time to basically lock in for whatever you're about to do.
Yeah, I think it comes down to second nature too. So like, if you're used to like, say for example, benching, squatting, deadlifting, I guess we were talking about too. If you just practice that same like perfect technique for you, so many times,
Mm-hmm.
it gets to a point where you don't need to think about it as much, do you know?
Mhm.
Because like I mean, the worst thing you want to do, like obviously you want to have your checklist, your mental
Mhm.
checklist, but you don't want to have too many cues going through your head and too much thing to think about, where you get like paralyzed by overanalyzing.
Mm-hmm.
Paralyzed by over analyzing.
Yes.
That was not as catchy as I was going to be
Yes.
too. But yeah, so once you get the muscle memory too, you can have like your 1 and 2 breath.
Motor memory. Listen, man, we're
Motor. Dude, once you
What
have
can
that, once you have that body memory, once you have that body memory, you can think your 1 and 2 things and be fine. You know, too. You
Mhm.
can think, oh, I need my big breath and I need to really like or get my
Mhm.
laps in. You want to think about all that extra stuff too.
Yeah.
Which is good. Like,
I
you
mean,
think about-
but perfect practice makes permanent.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Do it with 135. Do it with 225. So it's like by the time you get to 800 or 700, it's not like you have to overthink this stuff. It's because you've been
Yeah.
doing this every day.
it should all look the same ideally.
Yeah.
So even you shouldn't, even because it's 135, which is like nothing for you, you know,
Mhm.
it should still move as fast, same cues, as aggressive as you're gonna pull 800, you know.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be walking up to 135 just because it's nothing and be having a full ass conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you know, whatever, ha ha ha, pick up the weight like
Yeah.
without even checking anything you're doing.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
then you're gonna get to heavier weights and it's like, okay, now lock in. But it's like, no, fuck
you
that.
missed your lock in like 6 attempts ago.
Yeah, I mean, you could have locked in when you had 315 and it could have all been just
Yeah.
in your mind instead of you have to
Yeah.
think about all that shit.
Yeah, dude.
That's why people mess up so much, dude. Just like that's why I always preach routine. Do the same exact thing. Don't give your mind the chance to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what it is. Because people they either get psyched out or like they start overthinking a lift.
Yeah.
It's like you literally just gotta go in there. You gotta be at some point you gotta be stupid once you get to the heavier
Well,
weights.
that goes to you too, because let's say you're 780 too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sure you're thinking about how you're gonna do it too, but
Mhm.
all that motor memory,
Yes, sir.
that body memory too, from how many times you've done it
Mhm.
the last year. I'm sure, like, because you're thinking differently. Like, say, like your first attempt, you're
Mhm.
thinking differently than you are your third attempt. You know, 100%, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So you probably like I'm gonna say like the adrenaline stuff. You're not thinking as clear as you are your first attempt too. You just go there and you went stupid, you know.
Yeah.
But because that body memory is there, that you're able to execute at a higher level too, you know.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes
like,
a lot of sense,
Because
yeah.
like especially like if I'm going for a PR attempt too, I'm gonna be hyped. I got everybody yelling at me, you know. I'm ready like
Mhm.
mentally, but I'm not thinking as deep. I'm not going through everything. I'm just ready to like go, you know.
Mhm.
So it's really important to have practice makes permanent, but perfect practice makes perfect. Hell yeah.
That was so corny.
Yeah.
But-
I didn't say it. I'm just quoting somebody who said it.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, you have a great point, and I mean the same thing goes with life. Like the same thing goes with what we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
You create that routine, so it's like you don't have to wake up and think about all the clients you have.
Yeah.
You don't have to wake up and think, damn, when am I gonna get my lift in?
Yeah.
Because you've been doing the same thing Monday through Friday for the past 2 months.
Yes.
So it's like you wake up, you eat your Wheaties, you put your pants, left leg, right leg, or some people they like to jump in and put both legs if you
Yeah.
want to do that, and you go on with your day. You have your routine.
Yeah.
And as long as you stick to a routine, I promise you, your life will be so much easier,
Yeah.
and you will not stress out as much as a lot of other people. Because why people stress out most of the time is because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're gonna do next.
Pressure.
They don't know what's coming up, and they overthink. But if you have a routine, I mean, you can basically just go dumb and your body's gonna do it. I mean, there's multiple times, like, I'll compare this to driving to work. There's multiple times I get in my car at 4:50 in the morning.
You're not even thinking. You're
Yeah, I'm
just
not even
driving.
thinking, and the next thing you know,
Was that light green? I don't
yeah,
know.
it's like you get in the car. I mean, it's probably not great, but I mean, you get in the car and like you're driving, and it's like the next thing you know, you're at work.
Ah, fucking flies, stupid bitch.
But next thing you know, you're at work, and you're like, damn, how did I get here? But it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, your mind's
Done
just
it
wired to do it. You drive to work, you do the same route every single time, so it's like you don't even have to think about it. But you got there safe, you're ready to go to work. It's the same
Yeah.
thing with lifting, same thing with school, same thing with being an athlete at school. Now, the only time where that kind of changes is if you have a boss
Yeah.
and if your boss changes the schedule. Now, that's something you can't control.
Well, you
That's why
can. I guess you can.
I mean, I always say control
To
what you
an
can control what you can control. If your boss calls you and says you need to be here in 5 minutes, then I mean that might be a little stressful. But at the same time, control. Like if you just think control like control and do what you gotta do,
Yeah.
you can still get back to your routine. I mean, I'm not gonna say every single day your life is gonna be the same, but I'm just saying try to
Oh,
make
wow.
it that way. Try to make it the way to where you know what's coming next, or the way to where you know what's coming next, or you could handle what's gonna come next.
Yeah, I think that goes back to your friend talking about the topic we were talking about too. I guess if you make your own schedule, like I know, me personally, my schedule is never really the same. You know, like I know, like I say, like I lift around the same times, like midday, afternoonish, but like client based, like it's so like different compared to week to week. Like not only because they have different schedules, they have different times they want to come in. Some oversleep, you need to reschedule. You know, so it's never really the same. So I'm not gonna say you can't have a perfect schedule, but you need to have like the main things that you can control. Control the controllables, whatever you said.
Control what you control.
Yeah, control that. But if I know, hey, like, I'm gonna lift regardless, I'm gonna lift mid-afternoon. So I'm gonna lift around 11, 12, 1, whatever I'm gonna do.
Noon boys.
Noon boys. That's so ugly. I'm gonna lift around here regardless. I'm gonna eat breakfast when I come to the gym. I'm gonna have my peanut butter Uncrustable. I'm gonna have that, have my protein shake. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna eat right after the clients, you know? If I have these set milestones, like, hey, wake up this time, train this time, go home around this time. I don't care what else I fill in there, like no matter how random it is. So I have my main things too, you know. If I'm going to bed every night around 10 p.m. I'm waking up early. I'm training on this time, I'm waking up this time. So I have my main things and everything else I can fit in on these times too, you know. Shit, what was I going to say? I was going to say something smart and helpful, and I forgot what it was. Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna say something that I hate quoting this guy. It's my coach from school.
I can say.
But you know what I'm gonna say? You have to take a hit to get a hit.
What does that mean?
So in baseball,
Oh, I know what you're saying.
yeah. So in baseball, like you're at the plate, you're stressing out, you're gonna strike out a lot because you're gonna be tense, you're gonna be nervous, and you're not gonna get hit. So take a hit to get a hit. Relax.
Oh, that's a weird quote.
Yeah, I mean it's not literally like he wasn't telling us to go out and go smoke marijuana and then come up go to practice.
I think it's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a trap. but like the saying itself is basically saying, hey man, like, relax, just relax and go through the motions and relax and go through your day because you've done this so many times. Like in baseball, I mean, you've taken so many at bats, you've taken so many swings, you've done so much stuff to lead to that one at bat.
Yeah.
Or if we try to go this as a coach, you've done this so many days in a row, you've trained these people so many times, you've done your own training so many times that at some point you gotta sit back, take a hit to get a hit, man. Just relax and just do what you do, and everything's gonna go. I mean, like if you're a professional lifter, or if you're even just a competitive
Professional lifter, I guess so.
Yeah, or even if you're just competitive with yourself, you've been working out for so long, and you've been training clients for so long. It's like it's already engraved in you. It's just you stress out when you overthink the situation.
Yeah.
It's like you come up with a plan, you execute, and you take a hit to get a hit. Just chill out.
That's a big thing too. Like I know, like when I first started, like you're gonna keep turning this way to talk to. Like when I first started like personal training, granted I have not been doing it that long, and I'm not the best by any means.
You're great. You do a great job.
Dude, I try.
You do really good.
But when I first started too, like I was always like when I would get a new client, I always be like so nervous. But hey, like what I had like a mental idea like what I was gonna do. But I was like, how can I do this so I don't like fuck it up, you know? But I wanted it to be as perfect as possible. So I'm like nervous. But now that I've actually had a few clients, I always have like a game plan. All right, you know what? Like I'm more comfortable like talking to people, being open with them. Like, hey, like here's what we're gonna do. Here's this game plan. Became better with like different personality types. Like I know like I can look at somebody, talk to them like in the first day, and be like, all right, this is kind of who they are. This is how they're gonna react to such and such, and like this kind of coaching, and kind of like pick the progression exercises based on too. You know, because everybody's different. Like I have some people that just like don't want to contribute. Like they just like just tell me what to do. I'm like, all right, like here I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do. I have more people where I can like, hey, like here's your two choices of what you can do. What would you prefer? Like how would you want to start this? How would you want to end this? Have like a more like involved. And I have other people who have no idea what they're doing. So even if they wanted to, they just don't know how to. So you get, I mean, just having that time and like learning how to do it has helped me become so much more comfortable talking and coaching. Not even in person too, but like online programming too.
Yeah, become part of your routine. It's like
exactly, yeah.
Like you have.
I know.
So I'm actually gonna go deeper into the routine. So we talked about on one of our other podcasts, like just basically having the ability to basically connect the dots. So yeah, like creative thinking. Yeah, I talked about it. It was like one of our first ones.
Oh, the one that nobody watched. Like episode
some people watched it. No, it was episode 2, but not episode 1. It was episode 1. It was not the Instagram one.
Not
our
the
first
Instagram.
one.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
So I did talk about basically being able to create, connect the dots and being creative. So you have a routine, but you have to make sure you have multiple, you have to have a routine, but you have to be able to mold to different things. So it's like, let's say you have new clients.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yep, this is how I always deal with clients and stuff, but if they're more of a hard ass or someone's like, oh, I've worked out before, you have a way to basically accommodate them. You have a way to accommodate someone who's more soft-spoken.
Yeah.
So it's like basically being able to adjust to the situation to where it doesn't affect your routine as much as it does other people. Because some people, they have the personalities that we do. Like we're outgoing, we're happy, like we're fun. And then there's some people that basically just show up to you and they hate life. Like they walk up to you and they're looking for a trainer. And it's like you make a joke and you get no smile. Like there's
Was it not funny? Was it not funny?
There's been times I've been trying my ass off to get someone to smile. Like someone comes in, new client, whatever, they just fucking hate life, and they're like, hey, like I need a trainer. I'm like, all right, what do you want to do? I don't know. And I'm just like, all right, cool, we're gonna do this, okay? I'm just like, all right. So I make like a joke, I get no smile, but it's just like, all right, fuck it, whatever. I'm gonna just do what I do.
Yeah.
So like you have to be able to basically adjust to those situations and not freak out and be like, oh my gosh, they're not laughing. This is my only joke. This is my only shit. No, I'm like, all right, whatever. They're not that type of person. So you basically, if they're a hard ass, you be a hard ass. They respect that. If they come to you and they're like, oh, they think I've worked out before. I've done this before. That's your time to show out. That's your time. I mean, you're a trainer. You know your shit. That's your time to basically show out and be like, all right, bet. So be a little smart ass. Give them their workout, explain to them why they're doing it, have them think, oh shit, I didn't know that, and then you got boom. So just being able to just adjust to like different situations, that goes in with your routine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can't, having a routine is great, but you can't be the person that has a routine and when something doesn't go their way or doesn't go to the routine, they freak out.
Well, I guess this comes down to, that also comes part of like, who you are as a person too. Like if you're able, like, because some people can naturally like, you can learn it, obviously, but some people are better at handling people differently, you know, too.
Yeah,
like, I know me
that's
personally, like, I've worked in so many, like, customer service jobs, like, one-on-one, like, serving, like, management, like, stuff like that. Well, I can actually sit down and talk to people, too, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So, I guess it comes down to, number one, like, practice, like, learning how to, but you have to naturally be able to do that, too. And some people can't. Some people are very, like, stuck in their ways. It kind of hurts them in the long run, you know? Like, I know I have some clients who, like, in person, too, I know, like, hey, this person's competitive, they're happy, and they really want to work. So I'm gonna push them super hard and like make them like really get after it. And I have some people who are just like, you know what, like I'm just here so I get my workout in, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more lax, it's not really as intense, you know, too. But that's just kind of like knowing the people and knowing yourself, being able to adjust and mold.
Yep.
But yeah, man,
That was pretty good.
that was pretty good.
I mean, yeah, I'm happy with it. I mean, so to basically sum up that section,
I need some help.
basically make sure you have a routine, have a plan, stick to it.
It doesn't have to be perfect, but you have to just start like
Yeah.
actually try and do something.
You have to have an outline. That's
Get a
the best way to
planner.
put it.
Get a planner. I would say like I would do like say you can do it all on your phone too, but I think it's personally better doing a planner where you can physically write it down too. In my opinion.
Yeah. So make an outline of your week, of your month, whatever.
Yeah.
You have a routine, you stick to it, and don't freak out when things don't go your way.
They never always go.
They never go your way, but they never always go your way. But when they do, it's great because you know you just do your thing.
Yeah.
But when they don't, take a hit to get a hit, adjust to the situation, and just chill out. You got this.
Nice. I guess we're going to ego, right?
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna look up the definition of ego, so we could actually like
Ego. E-G-O.
EGO. Ego is. I looked it up earlier.
I think we've talked about it before, but we haven't really got into.
Okay. So definition of ego is a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna release the lifting first. I know I kind of came up with the idea.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna release the lifting, and then we'll go on to live too. So this might sound kind of bad because I guess I'm a coach, trainer, dude. But I mean, it wasn't until recently where I kind of like fully like bought into the process of like you know like I don't know. It's hard to like. I guess our egos like now like I used to just want to like lift heavy and push it every single day,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized look what happened. Like, I would just get knee issues, shoulder issues, pec issues.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't really until like honestly recently I was like, you know what, like I can't wait for this deload. I can't wait to not go as intense. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of let go of that, like let go of the idea. I need to go balls to the wall every single day to make progress,
Mhm.
and I really just kind of trust the process and let go of everything. I was like, you know what, 4 sets of 4 RPE 6, I'm happy. Let me do it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a weird kind of shift too. I don't know if it's because I'm just naturally more tired now that I'm in a caloric deficit, or that I really just bought in. Like, I want to trust you.
So, to your balls to the wall quote.
I don't know.
No, so there's a way to go balls to the wall,
But still, like,
for RPE of 6. Like literally, if not saying if you get an RPE of 6 to fucking push it to an RPE of 9, but what RPE is rate of perceived exertion. So basically, how many reps you have in the tank.
Yeah.
Just to let you guys know. But if you have an RPE of 6, make sure it's the best damn true RPE of 6 that you have, because
sometimes you even undershoot RPEs.
yeah, like there's no problem with undershooting. That's what gets a lot of lifters. A lot of lifters, they think if they get an RPE of 6 or RPE of 7, they tend to overshoot more than they tend to undershoot. No. Now, when you get to RPE of 9 or
Then,
RPE, then it's like those are harder to gauge, because RPE of 9 basically like push it until you can't do anymore.
Well, I think RPE 6 is still kind of hard to gauge too. You know.
Yeah,
But
but I prefer you to undershoot anything under a 7.
Yeah.
And then anything over a 7, just keep it in a 0.5 ballpark. So if you got an RP of 8, it could be maybe an 8.5 or a 7.5 or 8. Keep it in that range. But where people get into trouble is their ego. And social media is a big thing when it comes to ego lifting. Because, I mean, especially if you have a fitness page or you check in and you follow a lot of other lifters, you open up your Instagram and you see someone squatting.
You see a 16-year-old repping your deadlift max.
Yeah, like you see a random person, like let's say like a freak of nature, like you see like Ashton Ruska just finished the meet and now he's doing 700 for 3 on squats, like it's nothing.
High bar squats.
Yeah, high bar squats, and you look at that, and then some people that have a big ego, they're like, oh no, fuck that, I'm not letting him beat me. I'm gonna post something even better. But then they end up getting hurt, or they end up messing up because that's not their true RPE. They think they try to overshoot because what they see people do in social media, and they don't stick to how their body feels, how their mind's going. And that's basically where it goes to. Like, you can't you have to be a smart lifter. When you're lifting, you have to know your body, know the situation, and know the program. Those are the 3 things you need to know going into your lift. If you look and you see that lift on an RP of 6, don't fucking do an RP of 9. Just because.
I mean, you can.
I mean,
go good.
you can, but you should.
You should.
Like, if I walk into because like we're on different schedules, right? So I just finished the meet. He's in meet prep. Let's say I scheduled him an RPE of 8, like 2 or 3 reps on deadlifts, and I see him do it, and I have an RP of 5 or 6, whatever, because I'm in off season. Don't see what he does. Don't see what your friend does, and think, okay, I gotta one up them when you're not on the same schedule. Now, when it comes to, now if you guys have the same RPE, now if you're competitive, you guys are on the same strength, you guys are on the same, okay, yeah, you can add an extra, if you guys in the same, like basically ballpark, you can add an extra 5 pounds. Like me and you're going, we're doing the same meet, and we have the same program. You do RP of 8, I have RP of 8, you do 405 on fucking whatever, and then I want to do 407. Yeah. Okay, that's decent because we're on the same strength. Let's say you both feel good that day. Gauge how you feel and you go into it, but don't let your mind mess up your body, because that's what happens when people ego lift. They'll ego lift. They'll see someone else doing something. They'll try to do it. They'll try to do better. You see that commercial? Whatever you can do, I can do better. They try to do that shit, and then next thing you know, it's like minor tweaks. It's like, oh, like adductor tweak, boom, hit you with that. And it's like, all right, whatever. I'm trying to heal my adductor. Okay, now since you're squatting high because your adductor hurts, you can't
Sounds like me.
No, sorry.
that was exactly what.
Yeah, but it's like you mess up your adductor. Now you're squatting high, but you have a meet coming up, so
now your knee hurts.
So you're trying to practice depth, but you can't get that low because you screwed up your adductor trying to be better than Frank the Tank over there. So it's like you have to think and prioritize yourself over looking better than someone else. Fuck what they're doing. I mean, you have your own program, you're doing your own shit.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing is not what you're doing. They're a whole different person, whole different genetic makeup. I don't give a fuck if it's your twin brother. You guys have the same DNA. I don't give a shit. But don't let your mind take you somewhere else that your body can't go at that moment. Now there's a difference between ego lifting and being an intense lifter.
Yeah.
we're very intense. Like I want to beat the fuck out of him. He wants to beat the shit out of me. But we're gonna do that in moderation. We're gonna know what we have. We're gonna stick to that situation.
It's like the grand scheme. Like I know, like
Yeah.
like so, like I think what helped me the most when I started seeing, I think what helped me the most, like buy into like let go of the ego, was A, seeing progress, and B, not having as many nagging injuries too.
Yeah.
When my injuries started going down, my progress started down, I was like, you know what? This ego shit's gonna hurt me too, you know? And it kind of goes to the grand scheme of things too. So like, if you know, hey, this is my last week before I have like a nice low deload, then you know what? If you want to push it a little bit in an acceptable way, you know, like if I'm doing sets of 405, you know, it feels kind of good. I'm not gonna go to 495. I might go to 425, 430. So I'm like, you know what? Grand scheme. I guess it comes down to the communication with coach too. Like I know for some of my athletes, I do weight ranges, like a top set. Like, hey, if you feel good today, you can do like the top end of the spectrum. If you don't feel as good, maybe the low end. But it's never like a huge like gap between. It might be like 20 or 30 pounds at most. Like maybe 405 or maybe like 425 or 30 if you feel really good. It's never like 100-pound difference too, you know. But you have to really. You okay? Is that something?
No, yeah, I had like an air bubble in my chest, and it's like I don't know if I.
Oh, the same one on your third time with squats.
Yes, actually.
Yes.
Listen here, dickhead. You know what? Not supposed to say that I'm taking over.
Bro, chill out, bro, chill out, bro, chill out. I gotta laugh at that. That's just kind of funny. What's wrong, bro?
Continue, bro. Continue what you're saying.
Yeah, so communication between your coach, let them, they should try to tell you the grand scheme, like, hey, like, you're this many weeks out, here's what we're doing. If you tend to overshoot today, not okay, but it's more acceptable than week one, going for like a new PR, you know? And yeah, I mean, you have to kind of like trust the process. Like, hey, I know it's gonna work if I can stay injury free and not getting, not go over, which comes down to this following program.
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel like also have a friend that keeps you in check.
Yeah.
Especially if you are that ego lifter, and because it's hard just to flip the switch and not be.
You need somebody to tell you the truth.
Yeah, like you need someone. Like I mean, we have so many people at our gym. Like even like our noon crew, there's only like 4 or 5 of us. So it's like we keep each other checked. Like let's say like Garrett has a deadlift.
You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, no, or like let's say Garrett has a deadlift and it's like an RP of like 7, and he does 1 rep and it looks kind of fast, but not as fast as he wanted it to. He always asks like he'll look around like, should I go up? And then it's like
And I usually go up.
yeah, but we'll usually be like in moderation. Like if he does, let's say 550,
Yeah.
and it moves decent, but not as fast as it should. It's supposed to be like RP is 7.
Yeah.
If he asks you to go up, like yeah, like go up to like 565, 575. Like don't go up to 600. Like go up like 25 more pounds. Hit the RPE. Feels good. Okay, cool. Take that for the day.
Well, I also like pull like naturally super like slow too. So you know,
Yeah,
like, I know like you gotta look at the person too. Like
Yeah,
like,
like,
naturally
I know
fast
you-
puller. Like
How I know if it's
How
not
many
a good
slow?
no, how I know for you is a lockout, because you're naturally slow the whole lift and you have a strong lockout.
Well, like, I guess,
so
like-
if it's like a shaky lockout, then I know okay that's like a little bit too much.
yeah.
Because especially like you know me too, I'm slow off the ground. So we're very similar, but I lift sumo, you lift conventional.
Yeah. I don't cheat.
I'll smack the fire out of you right now, bro.
We'll
I got this hand ready, but
Hard out.
But yeah, like so you get somebody that knows you, get somebody that knows this program, and have them keep you in check, especially at the beginning.
Yeah.
Not saying you have to have them around all the time. Like oh I can't lift unless Garrett's at the gym because he keeps me in check. No, just have them do it for the first couple of lifts to get you used to seeing, get you used to feeling what you're supposed to be doing, and then you do it yourself. Like record yourself too. This is the biggest thing. Like I love to record every single set because the video will tell you something that your mind won't. Like,
Yeah, it might feel like super heavy, but you're like, damn, that shit kind of move, you know?
Yeah, like that's happened so many times that I'll be putting the deadlift or whatever, and I'll be like, damn, like that shit felt kind of slow. I look at the video, it flew up, and I'm like, oh shit, I could throw another 20 pounds on there.
Yeah.
And then it moves fast, and then you're happy with the day. You feel good, you actually took a true RPE, and then alright, cool, cut it out. So it's like, you have to be able to keep yourself in check, as well as not going too far with your ego, but not going too small, overthinking.
I had a good point too. So I'm gonna shout out Andrew, running strongman.
That's the boy.
Yeah, he posted. I don't know if you saw the story, but he posted it today, and it was about like 2 types of like athletes. If you think about 2 types of athletes, I'm gonna really butcher what I'm gonna say, but I'll try to get the main gist. So 2 different people. So one was like, I don't know how he called it. but one's like the person who tends to always like undershoot,
Mhm.
and they really need to be pushed to kind of go. They make consistent progress, so they're injury free, but they consistently undershoot, and they need to really be pushed to get to their true thing.
Yeah.
The other one's like the complete opposite. It's like, hey, like they tend to overshoot, go balls to the wall. They make progress and they get hurt a lot too, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody naturally tends to be one or the other, you know.
Mhm.
But I guess you need to find that true balance of knowing when to overshoot, when to undershoot. Like I'm going meet day, like first 2 attempts are gonna be good, you know.
Mhm.
I might just send the last one, you know.
Mhm.
But you don't always want to be one or the other in training. Well, I guess you could be like a sub max kind of boy,
I mean,
but
yeah, but
you need a good like you need that some days where you're just gonna push it, you know.
yeah. No, that also goes back to having a plan. Like,
Yeah.
like meet day, we have a full-on plan. I mean, like I'll relate to my meet since I was just the most recent person. We had set attempts, we had set plans, and we had what ifs. So it's like, okay, first attempt, second attempt, if that doesn't move as we wanted to, we have these 3 to choose from. Now, at the end, there was that one situation where we just fucking sent it. Because
It turned out well.
yeah, but because of the situation. So it's like there's situational things like, okay, I can still total 1800, just send it. And if you get it, great. If you don't get it, I mean, you failed your third attempt on squat and you didn't get a third attempt on bench, so it's your fault anyway.
Yeah, you were like 5 out of fucking 9 or something.
Yeah, some shit like that. So it's like there's those situations to where you can send it, but when you're in the gym and you're just prepping or you're just like doing normal workouts, you have to be able to gauge when and where to send it, and when and where to back off.
Some people don't even know that, especially like people who don't like powerlift. It's like normal like gym goers too.
Mhm.
They just like max out every single day.
And
There's
that's
a lot of people at a gym like that too.
And that's why I feel like everybody should at least either have a coach or at least just have some sort of knowledge about the body. Because that's where a lot of people get scared to work out. Because like, I don't remember when we talk about this like our elderly discussion and stuff. A lot of people get scared to work out because they're scared to get hurt because normal gym goers don't like. Not saying all like every gym bro doesn't know what they're doing, but like majority of the normal gym goers they'll do 8 sets of 10 and just go until they can't do a curl anymore.
They won't even warm up.
They don't warm. They
up,
just walk to the gym, put their beats on, and start lifting. And a lot of people do get
If you
hurt.
do that, I just don't. I automatically like. You can tell a lot about a person. I cut you off. I am so sorry.
No,
Because
you're fine.
you can tell a lot about like a gym person by how they warm up too. Like this is not gonna be dogging anybody too. But if you see somebody just walk in the gym and just instantly go to the machine and start going, or go to like the barbell put a plate on too, you can tell about a lot about who they are as a lifter from it
Yeah.
too. You know?
Yeah.
Like you don't need a full like hour warm up, obviously not. But
Mhm.
you can tell a lot by like, hey, this is how they're gonna progress. This is how they are. This is probably the injury history too. They just naturally go into it. And I try not to judge, but I always
Yeah, no.
I always tend to judge. Like, all right, well,
when you know what you're doing, it's naturally to judge. But
bro, do you want to warm up? Like,
yeah, but it's like if you're gonna go to the gym, if you're gonna work out, if you're gonna do any sort of physical activity, at least to the very least, watch some YouTube videos. Like learn a little bit about your body. Not saying if you want to go and get a bicep pump that you need to know all the anatomy of the bicep and the two muscles and all that shit. Like you don't need to know all that. I mean, you don't have to go take a full anatomy class. I mean, you could, but you don't have to go out and take a full anatomy class if you're just a bicep tricep guy.
there's so much free information. There's,
Yeah,
there's
bro,
really no
YouTube
excuse
has-
not to.
YouTube has so
It's like a
YouTube
school,
and
bro.
Google.
It's like a school.
Yeah, I mean, like you literally type on Google, how many sets of squats should I do? It's gonna pop up .com, .org, .net, .edu about what are you trying to do? Like just basically, you gotta be a student of whatever you're doing. Whether you're doing
Always.
you're doing sound for a podcast, be a student, ask questions, make sure you know. Like don't just walk in there and do something and get yourself hurt because that puts a very bad view on the whole thing. Because if somebody sees majority of the people that go to, let's say, LA Fitness, walks out with injury, then they're gonna be like, oh shit, I shouldn't work out because everybody gets hurt. But it's like, no, I mean, you just don't understand basically how to lift. Like, I feel like there's different tiers when it comes to lifting. There's the advanced lifter that knows their body, has been doing it for a while, or knows their body, done research. There's the moderate lifter who knows when stuff kind of hurts or knows when to stop, but doesn't know the actual science behind it.
Yeah.
And then there's the person that just walks to the gym and has a huge ego and just crushes whatever they think of doing, and then ends up either getting super jacked in 3 days
Yeah.
and getting hurt in 4
Yeah.
days, or just ends up off the bat not liking it because they're getting hurt. So it's like that goes back to ego lifting and just seeing what people do and not doing the research and not knowing your body.
Dude, honestly, I could have
That's
got
the point.
my same degree plus more, just like YouTube, without a piece of paper, you know, and
Yeah.
like none of the money.
Yeah, not saying don't go to school.
Yeah,
but,
but
I mean,
but just
you have so much free information out there. I mean, you could just Google
People
shit.
just don't like dumb shit. Like, dude, there's so much like it's hard nowadays to like understand how much shit there is because like we've like grown up into it.
Mhm.
But if you talk India, like the older people, they're like, yeah, like back in my day, like there was no like YouTube, you know.
Yeah.
They all learned from like magazines, paying for shit, like word of mouth, you know. But there's really no excuse to, and it's hard for us like to see somebody like doing it wrong and not offer advice. But people don't like getting taken advice.
I feel like the hardest
People
thing.
do not like that shit at all.
I feel like the hardest thing for like one of us, like working at a commercial gym or something, and seeing someone do something wrong, is literally just like,
That's why I stopped going to commercial gyms.
yeah, it's like it's so hard seeing someone do an RDL at the gym just freaking rolling the shit out of their back,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh my goodness. But it's like, then that also goes back to ego because a lot of people don't want to take advice because they're, I know I'm doing it. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to be able to help somebody that doesn't want to be helped.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't have so much of an ego that you can't take advice from someone trying to help you. That goes back to what we said last time. Was it last? No, I think it was the episode before last episode. Like, take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Like, if someone's gonna come up to you, give you advice, I mean, okay, like, maybe you don't want to listen to them, or maybe you don't want to do that. But it's like, if they're saying something that actually makes sense, like, okay, cool, thank you. And don't just disregard everything they're saying. Now, if they come up to you talking straight bullshit,
Yeah.
and you're just like, all right, whatever. Like, you can smile, wave, haha, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Then when they leave, say, fuck that, don't do it.
How would you go about like telling somebody like how would you go about giving them advice how to change stuff? Because
Like the best
you
way,
have to go about it the right way. Or people are gonna be upset.
the best way to do it is go to them, like, after they're set. Because I've seen so many people, like, let's say, we'll stay with the RDOs, someone doing RDOs, and then someone that thinks that they know what they're doing, someone that actually knows what they're doing, trying to wave them down mid-set, and that just pisses people off.
Yeah.
Like I mean, wait for them to finish their set. You know, be nice about it. Like, walk up to them, like, hey, doing a good job, man. Like, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
like they don't have to be doing a good job, but hey, man, doing a great job. But I'm not trying to intrude. But I really think that if you do it this way, it could benefit you
Yeah.
this way. And then you explain to them why. And if they take it, they take it. If they don't, they don't. But just that's what you do.
It makes you feel better.
Like-
Like, all right, I helped. I
Yeah.
tried to help.
Now there's some things you kind of just let go. Like, if it's a small little thing that you know because you took a biomechanics class and you're like, oh, you know, this is a hinge joint, you should not. Don't fucking go up to them and do that
Yeah.
shit. 'Cause then you sound like a smart ass. But if they're clearly doing something wrong to where it looks like they're benching and their foot's coming up, like they have one foot in the air, they're sideways and the weight's moving and shit, and the shoulders bounce up and down. Then you go to them like, hey, like, if you try it this way, your feet will stay on the ground and the weight will feel a lot lighter.
Yeah.
Always give them a way that, oh, you can lift a lot more
Yeah.
by doing this. Oh
You
shit.
could give them like an incentive too. Like I know, like I won't unless somebody like asks me or come up to ask me. I won't talk to them and try to offer them advice unless they're in like immediate danger, you know. Too.
Yeah.
Like I know even at our gym, I see people like rounding like their backs like a lot. Like not like if it's like a normal amount, like yeah, whatever, you
Mhm.
know. But if it's like a full like danger zone,
Yeah.
then I'm like, hey man, like listen, this is. I'll explain like, bro, like your back is not supposed to move that way. You know, you shouldn't be doing that. And the nicest way I can, just so I feel better telling them that, and hopefully they listen too, you know.
Mhm.
But like if they're just doing like something like that's safe-ish, in a non-efficient manner, I'm
Mhm.
just gonna mind my business unless they ask to. But it's like danger. Like I can't just ignore somebody that's gonna be in danger without
Mhm.
telling them. Because then if they don't listen and they get hurt, it's on them, not on me,
Yeah.
you know. But I'll feel like some kind of moral like obligation. But hey, man, be careful of that. Like, hey, don't let your knees touch each other on your squat like that. You know, don't let
Yeah.
them collapse.
Yeah.
Don't let your lower back run on that. Don't just like break your sternum when you're benching. You know.
Mhm.
I'll try to be somewhat helpful, but if they don't listen. Like,
Yeah,
it's on me, you know?
there should always be like a little gauge to where you either go help or you don't help.
Yeah.
Like if it's something small, I mean, fuck. I mean, a lot of people like they do momentum when they do bicep curls. You see a lot of people rock
Yeah,
back.
alright.
Hey, whatever. You
know what?
you do your bicep curls. You, like,
You tear your bicep, bro. That's not.
like,
That's
like,
like,
like, like, you get your pump in, but if someone's trying to like back squat and they're just looking bad, like
Yeah.
bad, especially like the compound lifts and stuff,
yeah.
then maybe you can help out a bit. But
Danger zone.
let the person get the bicep tricep pump. I don't give a shit. Whatever. Like do your.
Some people, like I know me personally, like I will take advice. Like I don't really get people don't come give me advice.
I get it. You're a great lifter. I understand.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I've done Spoto presses before at Bailey's or like a commercial gym.
Mm.
People be like, hey man, this is not how you bench. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Back to it. Most people probably know what Spoto press is. You just don't like let the bar touch your chest.
Yeah. Like you basically hover like an inch or two.
Yeah, but hey man, you better touch your like no, okay, relax, but like it's like a serious like thing. But hey, like I think you can do better like this. I'll listen and see what they say.
Yeah. That's
Depending on the person.
That's what goes back to just listening and take it with a grain of salt. Take what you need to take. Don't take what you don't.
It's all that weird.
But yeah, like if you're doing something like you know what you're doing Spoto presses, you're doing some sort of variation.
You can tell who knows what they're doing and what's not. Yeah.
If a gym bro comes up to you and tells you, hey man, you shouldn't be doing that. All right, like take your earphone out. Nod.
Yeah.
All right, cool. When they leave, go back to doing what the fuck you're doing. Like you know what you're doing. I mean, they're not gonna come up to you multiple times and get in an argument and try to fight. If they do try to fight, beat their ass. Don't quote me on that. But
This is why you stop going to commercial gym, bro.
but literally, like, listen to everybody. Don't take everybody's advice. I mean, if you know, especially if you know what you're doing. Like you know how many different variations of bench and different variations of squats. Yeah. So it's like, if you know what you're doing, do your shit. Someone comes to you, try to tell you something. All right, whatever. Or if like you see someone else doing something weird, but like no form's really going off.
Yeah.
Then maybe it's just a variation that they're doing. So that's what goes back to like just having like, that line you cross where you go help somebody or not.
Yeah, you can also like I know it's like you take it with a grain of salt too, but you gotta also look at who the advice is coming from too, you know?
Yeah.
If some dude's telling me, hey man, you shouldn't be doing this in deadlift, and I look at the deadlift, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna listen. Think so, bro. Like
Don't be a dick about it.
Don't be a dick, but like you're gonna like if someone comes up to you like and you like you've seen them lift and you get kind of insulted.
Yeah.
That's probably not a good. You probably don't want to send that person to, you know.
Yeah. And don't start.
That's
off.
not like not insulted like weight wise, but like
Yeah.
form wise, technique wise. Like I don't care where you live. Like if you come tell me something that's optimal for me, it's gonna help me. I'm gonna listen, you know.
Mhm.
But if you come up to me and I've seen your form and you're trying to give me advice, I'm like, all right. Hold on a second, buddy. Hold on.
And when you give advice in the gym, don't give them your whole fucking backstory. Like don't walk up to somebody like Garrett can't walk up to somebody like yo.
Yeah,
like,
man.
like,
Certified.
Look, Garrett sees someone squat like listen, I'm a certified trainer. I squat 600 pounds. I do this. I do that. Because they're thinking about all right, fuck you, asshole.
Yeah.
But you can walk up to them like hey, listen, like I noticed that you do. Is there a reason that you do this when you squat?
Yeah.
And you ask them a question and they explain, but I'm trying to work on this, I'm trying to work on that, or I saw this on YouTube. Listen to them, but okay, cool. But if you ask them, like, hey, like, is there a reason why your upper back rounds on the deadlift? And they go, I didn't notice it was doing that. Then perfect opportunity for you to help. Like, start off with a question. Don't just go bombard them. Start off with a question. Make sure that they're like, okay, whatever. They're open to it. Give them the answer. If they're being a dickhead about it, okay,
All right.
you have fun.
Like I know, like even like when I hurt my adductor, I was still squatting high. Which squatting high for me is still like most people's like.
The parallel, because
Parallel, yeah.
this guy sits crisscross applesauce on the floor before he gets up.
Dude, I have good mobility. What are you gonna do? But like if I see somebody like you never know either too. Like if I see somebody squatting high, I'm like, hey man, is there a reason you squat high? Oh, my adductor hurts or my knee, like can't go that low. You know, but like, all right,
Yeah.
I get you. Like at least you're aware of the thing too.
Yeah,
you know?
because I've older clients, like older guy clients and stuff that have like knee pains and stuff like that. So like they'll be doing like SSB squats, and I don't make them squat parallel because I mean,
Yeah, most people don't need this one.
Yeah, they're general fitness. They're just trying to work out.
Yeah.
And it's like okay, like I know he had ACL surgery back when he played football in high school,
Yeah.
in his left knee. So he's not gonna be able to squat that low because it hurts. But all right, cool, whatever. Like you do you. Those are points where you don't really have to talk. Like you let them do what they're doing.
Not everybody's
Like,
powerlifter. Not everybody
yeah.
does squat as grass. You know?
Like some people they just want to like let them do their squats and then give them a variation like a goblet squat or some shit like that to help them out.
Yeah.
But yeah, just basically know what you're doing. See what someone else is doing. Start off with a question, and if they want your advice, they'll take it. If they don't want your advice, they won't. You did what you can do.
Oh well.
I guess that just hopped into another topic. I guess
What?
like, going up to people in the gym. I guess that's our
Yeah,
topic.
that's kind of how it went.
Yeah. That's all I got on that though.
Yeah, that's really all I had on that too. Yeah, I don't like going to people in the gym too. That's like
I hate it.
That's what, dude.
I always feel like
A lot of guys do it wrong. All right, that's related to this. All right, so there's different ways you go to the gym, people. So like one time you want to actually go out and like help somebody with their lifts, you know. Then you have other people who just want to go up and be sociable and talk, you know? I think a lot of people go about the wrong way, especially dudes, especially like, all right,
Oh my
dude.
God.
So if you see, I'm gonna go up to it. If you see a girl lifting like incorrect, you know, there's certain ways that you can go about handling it without coming off kind of weird and creepy, you know,
Yeah.
too. Like even if you come from like the perfect place and you just want to help, it's all about like how you phrase it when you say it too, you know. But all right, you know what? Like after the session, be like, hey, like. Listen, like I saw you kind of lifting like this, like same way you would with a guy, and maybe after you don't want to go up to him like, hey, you know, like
Yeah.
get their attention too. Guys are just kind of weird.
Guys are. Number one rule: don't spot somebody.
yeah.
Don't spot somebody if they don't ask for a spot, unless they're benching and they go up, if they go halfway up and they cut half back on their chest, then yeah, you go help them out. But if someone's grinding throughout a lift, don't try or someone's like benching and you don't think they should be doing that weight. Don't be the asshole that goes up and spots a random person, right? Or takes the bar or walks up behind someone squatting and shit. Because
What was that video? You know, like the dude, like
the girl,
yeah.
There's a video. The girl was benching, and she was a power lifter. I think. She was benching, but there's both.
Yeah, there's both.
So there's one where the girl's benching. I guess she's like a power lifter, whatever, and it was a decent weight. But she looked fine. Like the weight was going up. Dude came up behind her and literally grabbed the weight and pulled it back up. Now that's fucked up. Like you don't do that. And then there was another video. A girl was squatting. It's funny shit ever. A girl was squatting and she did like one.
Yeah, so that video too, like, number one, that girl was strong.
Strong as shit.
Lifting a bunch of weight too.
Strong as shit.
Definitely more than the dude could have lifted himself.
Yeah,
too.
he was probably just
Yeah, like
subconscious.
I want to say that he was just ignorant. He probably didn't know any better.
Fuck that guy.
He probably was trying to do the best he could.
Sorry for my language.
But I think we've been in it long enough where we can like tell like who is experienced enough and who's strong enough to handle what, and who's not. You know.
Yeah.
Like you can see like someone who's new to the gym and like just going like doing whatever, and tell that hey, like I might need to keep an eye on them in case I need it too. But there's no reason for him to help that girl. And she's totally fine. And she's strong.
And I feel like if you feel obligated to spot someone, ask them before they start doing it.
Most
Like,
people do.
don't hop up during like if you see like I've seen people like I would be like in a commercial gym. Let's say I'm squatting like 5. Let's say I'm squatting at 5 plates, 6 plates. And you usually don't see that in a commercial gym. But I go to LA Fitness one day. Now if you
That's crazy for like
yeah,
you know? Like,
yeah. So it's like you see someone like that at LA Fitness and you walk up to them before they start, but hey man, you need a spot, and they say no. All right, cool. Walk off. Yeah, whatever. Like because obviously they can handle the weight if they say they don't need a spot.
Yeah.
Now if if you ask them, hey, you need a spot, and they go, you know what? Yeah, can you just like stand around? Okay, cool. Like if someone's benching, you know, you give them a hand off, you back up. If they're taking a video, let them take the video. Don't hover over them because just do what you can do. But if they don't ask for a spot, if they don't say they need a spot, if you ask them, don't
be that
spot
guy.
them. Don't be that guy that's on Instagram looking like a dickhead and loses all his followers.
Yeah.
Like, dude, just let them do what they do, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's your shit.
They need a spot like an ask you. I mean,
Yeah, if they need a spot, if you need a spot, most likely you're not gonna go max out on bench at LA Fitness and not ask someone for a spot.
yeah, especially like if you're too like shy or like antisocial to ask, you just won't go like crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And I want to help somebody. Let's say actually like I knew they were gonna fail, you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk up and
Yeah.
ask somebody and spot them.
Like I'm not gonna sabotage your lifts.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
pissing me off.
People,
I'm mad now.
gonna be me, built different.
Different breed, different animal.
No. No. Different animal, but same beast.
I hate you, bro.
They hate me too. Well, I think that is
Yeah, wraps it up.
Yeah. So more housekeeping stuff to go in summary. We like, subscribe on YouTube, Apple, Spotify.
Yep.
We will be having some future guests coming on. Not gonna tell y'all again. Be a surprise.
Oh, follow our new Instagram page
Yes.
for the podcast.
The Sunday Sit Down, no spaces, no capital.
Yep.
It's kind of cool. We'll post like clips, whatever we want to do too. We have about 40 followers.
47.
47.
We just started yesterday. Well, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so follow us there, and you'll see like a lot of updates about like the next episodes and stuff,
Yeah.
and some clips.
It'll definitely get more interesting when we have more guests on too to talk about. If you guys have any recommendations for future guests, any topic ideas you guys want to hear about, any things you'll hear discuss, go ahead and drop those comments either on the Instagram, DMs, or YouTube.
Mhm.
I don't think you can do it on Apple or Spotify.
Yeah, I mean you could DM either of us at bambam.fit, at GarrettAB_.
Something like that. Yeah, they'll find it. That's fine.
If you go to the Sunday Sit Down
You'll
podcast,
find it.
you'll find our pages. Just DM us either on there or on our separate pages.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to you.
Also, if any energy drinks want to sponsor us, dude, drop those submissions to 3D is my favorite. I don't expect them to, but anybody else? And I think that's it too. Should we do like a outro,
No,
like a thumbnail? Son of a bitch.
that's horrible. Okay. Thanks for tuning into the Sunday Sit Down. See y'all next Sunday.
Peace. Good freaking work.
Hour 60 minutes.
That was nice.
I had to call Hunter.